kind of giving you mixed signals or letting you think that things were going to get serious or that they were catching some feelings here. Maybe it was just a cycle of flirtation or situationship and then ghosting. But you've decided that this person's just been wasting your time. And I feel like you're ready to let them go, even if it took a while to get to this point. A high five to you for doing so. Let's call on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good weekend. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hey, Grindhard, how you doing? Hello, Holland. What's up? Let's dive in with the Pulp Tarot, since I'm wearing the Pulp Fiction shirt, which seems right. Quick reminder that tomorrow at 6 p.m. we have the rescheduled members only live stream for those that are in the stars or the towers. All right, let's see what else we've got. We have the Sun, Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Hermit in the reverse. There's maybe it's even just like a sentence that was spoken. But there's a conversation here that makes it clear what someone's intentions are, and you look at it as maybe a little bit more revealing than they may have. In other words, I don't know that they really realized what they were saying was so kind of like a slap in the face to you, but it made you realize that this is someone who's not really interested in pursuing healthier, non-toxic relationships with, a commitment to or a focus on healing and accountability. It's more like, yeah, I'll do nice things for you and stuff, but like, I'm not going to be super consistent, Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing? I hope things get better for you. Thank you to the mods as well, of course. Hello, Selena. How are you doing? Ooh. We've got the Five of Wands after the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Judgment and Seven of Pentacles. So if the two of you are on different pages regarding what you want the connection to be or become, then it might be a little bit easier for you to say, I think it's time to call it quits. So we've got Judgment and Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of like, I think I've had my fill. I think I'm good. I don't need another drink. I don't need dessert. I don't need a cup of coffee. Bring me the check. This is saying it's time. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hello, Andrea. I do not. Hello, Quinn. Hello, Sandon. How are you doing? Oh, I hope he listens to that. Hello, Antonio. How are you doing? So we have flow, effortless, breath, glide, easy, calm, and limitless, expand, spread, higher, open-minded, and wishes. And it looks very hopeful and like springtime energy here with both of these cards. Just the idea that maybe if I'm not so preoccupied with how to fix this, I can put all of that effort and energy and like thinking into something else. Maybe something that's a little bit more important. Hello, Levi. How are you doing? Hello, Guns. My name is Carmen. Hello, PG. What's up? Breakthrough and guides. Milestone, epiphany, climax, advancement, quantum leap. receive, clarity, open mind, open, and crown chakra. Remember, we've had this sun card start the tarot part of the reading, and that refers to enlightenment, somebody's ability to see very clearly what's going on or who they're dealing with. This is not somebody you would be able to easily fool. They pick up on things like body language or tone, intention may be a little bit easier to figure out for this person. Whoever you are, you're looking at this as kind of like a no-brainer. If you're not interested in working on yourself, if you're okay with being the kind of person who knew better but did it anyways, then I don't know if we have much in common, or I don't know if we have more of a story, you know? Hello, Matthew. How are you doing? Hello, Stephen. Hello, Richard. What's going on? Wisdom, unlock gateways, key, training, knowledge, and soul power. Compassion, empathy, forgiveness, holding space, and listen. It's not that I want to be cold or get back at this person and see if they'll chase me. It's more so that I understand that this might be folly. This might be, like it says, a waste of time. If they're not looking to commit and I want to be in a relationship, then perhaps it's time to keep it moving. Whether or not, you know, there seems to be some promise of eventually getting into a relationship, you know, they're probably not being very honest about that. All right, let's see. This is the Cat's Eye Tarot. Hello, Para. How are you doing? Hello, Zatskia. Hello, Alok. How are you doing? Hello, John. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Grindhard. Have you been having a good weekend? Any talk? About me today from Micah. Does the family like me more? Ready to meet me soon? Oh, do they know about that? All right, I got that for you, Grindhard. Let's see what else we've got, shall we? Hello, Vincent. How are you doing? Hello, David. I hope things get better for you. Hello, Faisal. I am not. Hello, Montgomery. Welcome. I hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you, Zatskia. Will Brian and I reach a fair agreement? I really like how you worded that question. I've got that written down, and I think you've been here a few times, Zatskia, but just to make sure you know, I start the personal questions around 30 minutes in, so a little bit of a wait, but you're second on the list, so not too bad. So we have the King of Wands in the reverse. Hey, Mavis, how you doing? Yeah, I think that's a very solid approach. We've got the King of Wands in the reverse joined by the Six of Wands in the reverse. And the Devil in the reverse. I think you're just kind of over being treated like this, where someone just always prioritizes what they feel like they want. Whether this is someone who has anger issues, or if this is somebody who doesn't want to commit because there are other people that they're interested in or are interested in them. This King of Wands in the reverse is unreliable energy. Somebody that you can't really predict, And with the Six of Wands in the reverse, you feel like that makes it unlikely to have a healthy relationship with them. And the Devil in the reverse is like, I don't really feel like I need to see where that goes. I don't need to know if we would be able to make it. Thank you, Grindhard. Did our bond grow? And do they know? I got that added for you. Thank you. Hello, Bone. How are you doing? Well, to be fair, don't have a specific amount that I request because I never really know what people are going through or what kind of economy you're in, as this could be, a pretty international audience. That being said, I do appreciate the tips and donations, even if they are just a couple dollars. Hello, Salvador. Hello, Priska. How's it going? Yeah, I figured that's what you were referring to, Grindhard. Thank you for clarifying. Hello, LA. About 30 minutes in to the general reading, I switch over to personal questions with priorities to those who tipped, and I keep a list on the side over here so I go in order. Apparently, I also have lawn care as a background noise. But I also do, every once in a while, like to throw in some free questions. Just kind of depends on what the question is that's asked. I do also offer long-form readings. If you want to inquire by email, it's wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. All right, so Three of Wands, the Moon in the reverse, and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. That's about as pleasant as the Weed Whacker. I don't blame you. I feel like this is someone who's saying, look, I think I need to take action now because I see where this is going. I see that you don't really have very reliable intentions. I see that you're really just thinking about yourself. I see that you'll say things and then feel differently or say something differently the next day. So promises aren't really a thing. Is there a reason I should stay if all those things are true? Because it seems like probably not. All right. Let's see. This is the Morgan Greer. What else do we have? The Two of Cups. Three of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Cups. So if this person is not wanting to commit and you are wanting a commitment, it could be that this Three of Wands in the reverse with the Two of Cups is an unexpected pairing, or I didn't know you would be hanging out with that person. But it could also be someone who didn't really expect to fall in love with this kind of person. Maybe when we first started talking, it was made clear that it wouldn't get serious, and this Queen of Cups is frustrated that there's no way to upgrade the connection. But it feels to me like more so this is the King of Wands in the reverse saying that they were, at least open to a relationship, but then closing off their heart or putting up the wall to make sure that they don't actually get any too close to anybody, right? All right, God. Hello, Louise. How are you doing? We have the Four of Cups and the Page of Wands. Rejection notice. A breakup conversation. Because see, even though I I think we were kind of on the same page as far as some elements. We weren't really on the same page with regards to a long-term commitment or emotional connection. And that means that we don't want the same thing. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't want to be with somebody who's interested in dating multiple people at the same time. I'm looking for something serious like getting married. So if you're not into that, I'm not into you. I feel like they're trying to be kind of direct with it. Hello, Surf. How are you doing? Maybe. All right, this is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Sorry about the lawn care noises, you guys. Another Four of Wands. So the last card that I pulled was the Four of Wands. Now from this new deck, we have the Four of Wands as well. Yeah. I think we have somebody who's saying, I don't think we should waste each other's time. You know, it's fine if that's what you want, or that, you know, you don't want something serious. But then I have to be honest with myself about whether or not this is a good investment of my time. So, Star in the reverse, the World, because this doesn't seem like something that we could just like work through in therapy or have a conversation and things are better, because we just like ultimately disagree on what, you know, the goal or the outcome should be. I think I'm going to have to go back to the dating pool. Hello, Random. How are you doing? Question mark? Hello, Lemonade. What's up? Hello, Clyde. No, sorry. Thank you, Steven. Hello, Selena. How are you doing? So we have the Nine of Swords, the Hierophant, and is it the King of Cups? The Five of Wands in the reverse. So now I'm worried that maybe that was my chance at a happy relationship and I, ruined it. Not the Queen of Cups, who's enlightened and figured out I need to make this decision and keep it moving. The person who has been avoiding commitment, the King of Wands in the reverse, is like, oh, was that the wrong call? Am I missing that person now? Five of Wands in the reverse is introspection. Like, now that I have some space to myself, it feels like what I did was lie to myself about whether or not I had feelings. You know? Hey, let's keep it mature over here, okay? Selena is going to need to be English or it gets removed, okay? Thank you, Grindhard. We have the Sun again. I know I would be happiest in a committed relationship with somebody who was interested in that kind of arrangement as well. I'm not willing to edit that decision or, look into whether or not there's something else I would be, agreeable to, like an open relationship. This is somebody saying that's just not for me. And if you want that, then, have to. So we have Temperance in the reverse and the Seven of Swords, Chariot in the reverse. But if you leave now, it like ruins my whole plan. I wanted to make sure that I could hang out with you for a little while longer. This is somebody who's going to potentially put some sort of deception out there in order to avoid losing this person. They view the Queen of Cups as somebody that they enjoy spending time with, But again, they're trying to either ignore what feelings they have, like I'm trying to ignore the lawnmower, or they're just unwilling to acknowledge that those feelings might suggest that what they do want, in fact, is a relationship. They're just kind of like, I'm not going to do that. I'm too used to not doing that. But I think they might say, let me just think about it, to try to convince you to not walk away. The Emperor and Justice. So stick with your original decision. Cut them out of your life. Just to be clear, that's a weed whacker, not like a wood chipper or anything. Okay, guys, don't get crazy with it. But you made the right call, and this person's going to try to convince you otherwise. They're lying. They're not an honest person. They just want what they want. Hello, Key Controller. How you doing? Hello, Goldman. What's up? Hello, Brandon. How's your day going? What else do we have? This is the situations deck, by the way. Verge, about to reveal or confess. Okay, don't run away. Don't, block me or anything. I know you don't like that I still talk to other people, or I know you want, like, the title. I'm not quite there yet, but I do feel like I have some feelings for you. This is like, what can I say halfway, or what can I do to get you to hang around for just a little bit longer? And then I don't know, I can find somebody kind of like you. It's selfish, right? It's not, let me see if I actually want that. It's, let me have a little bit more before we walk away, you know? Hey, how's it going, Rachel? Okay. It doesn't matter. It does look like you have a pretty good sense of intuition as well as self-respect. You know what you know about this person. You know it's not really a good use of your time. And you also know what they really want from you. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe they have to have some personality too. Maybe you just want something real. So I feel like if they hit you up, you're like not going to respond, or you're going to be not about it. Like, sorry, I'm busy for the next year. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Wait, I just read it. Well, I hope that is going well. Oh, I'm sure you will. All right, so we have releasing and exhaustion. Remember at the very beginning, we had letting go, releasing, relationship to focus on self. Letting go, releasing, because I'm over it, exhaustion. I've put a lot of energy into it. Doesn't seem to have made a difference, or it doesn't seem to have changed the dynamics of the connection. So what am I really working towards? If you're going to insist on being kind of secretive or difficult to really know, if you don't want me to know that you have feelings for me, then what are we really doing here? I know I want commitment, and that's not your thing. That's okay. Own it. Like, don't pretend. But we have somebody who feels like, oh gosh, I don't know if I want to say it that way. We have someone who feels like they're in their prime. Someone who feels like they should be getting a lot of attention and enjoying it, and that's just the era of their life right now. And the other person is like, yeah, I'm over it. Like, I don't really need a bunch of people to be attracted to me for me to have confidence, right? Because this person's gone through more of an ego death than the other, right? The King of Wands in the reverse is probably still relatively dependent upon other people finding them attractive, or, you know, hitting them up in the DMs, begging them to come back, or liking their story. And there's not, I mean, it's like Monopoly money to me, you know? Like, ooh. Hey, Russell, how are you doing? Oh, that's weird, Lemonade. Yeah, exactly, Rachel. So that's why we have someone choosing distance. I think I'm good on this. I don't see a lot of long-term value to investing my time or energy into our connection. So I'm going to pull back on it and hope that you, you know, find something more your pace. This is going to upset them because they are still wanting to have that attention from you. Or they've been lying to themselves about the fact that they do actually love you. You may have activated the divine feminine within this person. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But the divine feminine is associated with that compassionate, loving energy, that ability to give and receive love, right? They may not be aware of just how much you have influenced them, or maybe even, like I said, kind of activated them, just like a little bit of boop, you got hit by some love. Hello, Bright, how are you doing? Hello, big man, how are you doing? All right, let's see what else we've got from the Energy Oracle. The thinking woman does not have to be a woman, but we have somebody who has a full understanding of what it is that they're looking for in the context of a relationship. They want something that is a real partnership and based on an emotional connection. They also feel like they can manage on their own without this person. There's no codependency on their side with this person. It's just kind of like, hey, I mean, if it's not going to work out, then it's not going to work out. Very aware of there being other people that are interested or trusting in the process. Maybe this was just one other thing I needed to make sure that I cross off the list and actually learn in order to fully embrace that concept of self-worth and self-respect. I'm not going to stick around for somebody who doesn't want to treat me the way that I deserve to be treated or show me the respect that I deserve. All right. This is the Gilded Reverie, and then I think we will start on the personal questions after that. I feel that. Hello, Drew. How's it going? Hello, Zeke. What's up? Nice try, Zeke. I'm going to put you a little baby time out. And if you want to be a little bit less ridiculous, I chose that word just for you. You're welcome to come back at that point. You know what I mean? Sounds like you got some viewing you got to do first. All right. We have the tree and the bouquet. Because I've been through healing, because I've been through situations like this, or because I have taken the time for introspection and learning from my mistakes, I know what it is that I deserve. And even though this person might be real attractive or might find me real attractive, that's not enough. There's got to be some mental, emotional connection as well. Hello, Core. How are you doing? We have the compass, which is number 42. And the sun again, number 31. I think we've got someone who says, I know I don't want to be waiting around for you to figure out that this would be a happy connection if you like opened up to it. So since I'm not going to wait around, I think I know where I'm going to go. This may be somebody who literally knows who they would be interested in if they're not going to be able to make it work with this individual. And I can't necessarily hate because they were dealing with somebody who had a roster, right? So like, is it that big of a deal? Hello, Susan. How are you doing? So this person is the Queen of Cups is saying, no, thank you. King of Wands in the reverse. I think I'm going to pass on somebody who is secretive and wears a mask and keep it moving until I find what it is that I want, with the wishing well being, of course, what they want. Why do I feel her love energy now? I got you, Grindhard. Thank you. All right. We're going to start on those personal questions. And I'm going to go with the Bianco Nero Tarot for that. Hello, Admiring Penguin. How are we doing? Yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. All right, so for Grindhard, we have, has there been any talk about me today from Wifey Micah? Has Micah been talking about Grindhard? No, it looks like there hasn't been too much chatter from her today. It might have been a little bit of a lazy start, or there might have been something that really like demanded her attention. We've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody who's doing their taxes. This feels to me like somebody who's looking over money and seeing, you know, what do I have? What can I make work? Very focused on something that requires that brain power. Does the family like Grindhard more? No. I'd say it's about the same. There is still a little bit of division, but there's more people who are supportive of your relationship than there was previously. So, I don't know. That's a weird yes and no question. I don't feel like this is recent that you gained another admirer of the family that's like, yeah, you guys should be together. But I do feel like more than half would be supportive. Is the family ready to meet him soon? No, but it won't take too long. If, in case you were asking about her, is she ready for some face-to-face? She's still working on some healing. So, yeah, there's, like I said, some focus here that she feels like she has to be really strategic on. Probably making sure everything works out as far as the holidays. And then we have this High Priestess card. This feels to me like her looking at you as anticipating something that would be really concerning and addressing or minimizing that problem. How do they feel after knowing about the bills being paid? That's a good way to start a strong foundation in a relationship by taking care of each other. However, there is somebody here who doesn't necessarily approve of you, who is worried that you're using money to distract her or kind of like buy her love. We have the Empress. This could be a mother or like a protective friend, possibly that jealous one even. Did our bond grow? Yes. With the Hermit too, so I like that. In part because we have somebody who's paying closer attention to their intuition. This could be about both of you. But it does feel to me like both of you are able to approach a relationship in a much more mature way than you would have even like a year ago, right? Do they know about his paying the bills for Micah? Does the family know? Yes. And it seems like the overarching response is appreciation for helping her deal with something that was causing some stress. Why does he feel her love energy now? Because she is dealing with something that is less than pleasant, and the kind of like daydream about what she and you have is not that it's not real, but it's one of those things that may be a helpful kind of momentary escape if she's trying to fight being in a frustrated or irritated mood. All right. Thank you, Grindhard. We're going to move on to Zatskia. Will Brian and I reach a fair agreement? Yes. Six of Swords is about moving into calmer territory or smoother waters. And then we also have the World. This makes me feel like there's forward movement or progress towards what you wanted as like the outcome. Whether that is a happy relationship or a business deal, this is saying, I think we have something here that we can agree on. Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles. I definitely see some anxiety here over a decision being made. Feeling like there's something that, you know, maybe I should have said and I didn't. Six of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Wands. This is somebody who feels like they have to take a risk. Maybe it's just difficult to believe that there is a fair agreement here, but this is saying that things improve. Why the Six of Wands in the reverse? Because, yeah, there is someone here who thinks there's doubt over whether or not things will go the way you hope for. But a lot of this is tied to a positive mindset. So that'll serve you well. Hello, Joy. How are you doing? Please don't repeat your message. Hello, Dar. How are you doing? Hello, Digital. Interesting comment. Okay. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back, though. Don't worry, in a little bit for another reading. And thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I'll see you on the next